In the previous episode, Winston and I went on a hike to a hidden waterfall, crossing a few stiles in order to get there, and I admired the dry stone walls on our way back. We also gave you a tour of our Caba campsite in the Yorkshire Dales before heading north and crossing the border into Scotland. We are now at our second campsite on this 2-month-long adventure. So it's about 6 in the morning. Sorry, I'm holding a fan near my face. It's about 6 in the morning and I've just been woken up because my face was itchy. I was like, what is going on? Winston wasn't too comfortable either. And it's because look at all these midges. How have they gotten in here? My pop top is full of them. So I'm holding this fan near my face to keep them off me, and I'm going to get rid of them. I'm guessing if I open the door there's going to be more outside, but yeah, we're just midges are everywhere inside my caravan. Can't see them down there, but there is some down there because they were chewing on my face. We are officially in Scotland. I sprayed them all before I went and they seem to have gone, but then I look on my counter and this is where they all went. I'd rather them to be dead though than flying around everywhere. Might be able to take this off soon. I've got the fan going on in here. I've shut as many vents as I can think of. This pop top canvas is really old and worn and it has a hole here. So I was wondering if that's where they've been getting in, so I've just blocked it in with some tissue. And then I've shut the 2 side vents and I'll put the fan on. Hopefully that'll keep the little buggers out, eh Winst? So I'm not going to clean these ones off, I'm going to leave them there. And they're going to be a sign for the future midges that want to come here. You know, they used to hang dead people, or used to hang people outside of city walls to warn people what would happen to them if they try to invade. That's my signal to the midges. Now I'll sort the rest of the midges out later because we're off on a bike ride. But first, I need to get a helmet on my oddly shaped head. And I can't forget the midgie net. And now it's time to get Winston ready. So in the trailer he goes, and we now have a new accessory, which is a pair of goggles to protect his eyes from flying stones. Now I did spend a few weeks training him to wear his new specs. Okay, we're off. Still got the midgie net on my head. Well, we look a pair, don't we? Okay, so we're not doing the full 32 miles because I've cycled 2 miles here up the road and I'm already knackered, so we're just going to go out and have some fun. We've got food, we've got drink, we've got a map, we've got semi-clothing for bad weather. I don't think it's going to get that bad, and we've got a little bit of a repair kit. Not much. Right, so I've been cycling for a while and it all just looks like, I don't know if you can see, looks like this. So more of a road than a trail. And I've not been wanting to let him out the bike just in case a car does come, because he gets so excited I don't have as much control of him. He runs in front and sometimes he can't hear me, so if there's a car coming, can't do much about it. So I've not wanted to let him out. I'm looking at the map I've got here, and it appears that a lot of this, I think, is road. I thought it was a trail, so I'm quite upset about that. So what we're going to do is, there seems to be a cross junction here, and there seems to be a bit of a trail either side. I'm not doing that full 34-mile thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether we change route. So we're going to go this way, and I'm going to let him out because he's getting really, I don't know if you can see him, but he's really fed up with being in there. He wants out. I don't know if you can see. You can just see. I don't know if you can see, but anyway, let's let the boy out and let's let him run. He's been really good. So I've just dropped the action camera and I've cracked the lens. It's not a cheap one either, it's a DJI Action 4 and I just bought it for this trip. But the good news is I did put a lens protector on it. So I'm hoping that it's the lens protector that's cracked. Although it does look like it's quite deep. Very disappointing. Now there's no use crying over spilt milk, especially when we have some trails to follow. Too quick, we need to go down this side one. Wiggles! Right turn! You don't know what right is, do you? I'm going to turn, and then you will follow me. Oh, that is a horrible noise. Here he comes. Da, da, da. You're unbelievable, Wince. Unbelievable. That's you. Right, we need to go left. We need to go left. We need to go left. Oh. I can't say what the trailer on. Oh my god, this is disastrous. Winston's taking the shortcut, coming in at the side. And he's off again. Wins! Come on. Good boy. Good lad. You tired a bit now? Do you mind going back in your trailer for a bit? No! Come back here! You gotta go back in your trailer for a bit while we go down the road. He says no. I'm actually having a lot of fun. Trailers bouncing around all over the place, but nothing's in it, so it'll be fine. Now of course we did have frequent stops so that Winston could recover and he didn't get too tired. One of those stops was at this bridge. We had another pit stop by this river. And on this stop, Winston got treats. It was then time to load him back into his trailer and head back to the campsite. Right, we're back and it's treat time. Ooh. So, those are little sardines, that's a pig's inner ear. You can have that. Right, now back to the midgie situation. Right, so everything's been cleaned, taken outside, shook, sprayed, wiped down. It is no longer a midgie graveyard in here. So I've decided to leave the internet inside and just put it here, because what you usually have to do is take the wire and thread it out through the window and then stick that outside. But I don't want to give even a single midgie any opportunity to get inside this caravan. So the windows are staying firmly closed. So after today's unfortunate events, I have just hopped onto Amazon. I have bought a new lens protector for the camera. I'm hoping that it's just the lens protector that is cracked, so I can take that one off. The lens is going to be fine, and put the new protector on. I've also got a bug zapper that I'm going to hang in the pop top area that will zap all the bugs that go near it. Now, because obviously I'm moving and I'm not at home, I'm going to have to use an Amazon pickup point. There isn't one close to this campsite, but today's Monday and on Wednesday I'm going for lunch with a friend of mine, and that is about an hour drive away. She lives a bit more in a more suburban area, so I've managed to find a pickup point close to that address. So I won't be able to get it till Wednesday, but I mean, I'm travelling around Scotland for at least another 6 weeks, so I'm sure that this bug zapper will come in handy at some point. Why I didn't get one before come, I don't know. But anyway, let's just click buy now and I'll get it in a few days. Later that evening, after doing a bit of work, it was time for Winston's evening walk. Now, since he had had such a high energy morning, we just went for a short tootle around the campsite's dog walk. It's raining, but is it weird that I really like the fact that it's raining? There's no midges for one, but yeah, it's like the weather I am accustomed to. I don't know, feels like home. even though it's raining outside, there's still midges. I'm just hoping I've not let many in. But how are there still midges when it's raining? I thought when it rained they all went. Do you know what's really weird is that usually if a fly comes into the caravan or any other type of bug or bee or whatever, I usually get a tea towel and I hold it up and I safely guide it back outside again. Well, for some reason with these little things I became very murderous, so every time I see one I just want to kill it. I'm not sure if that's another side of me that I'm not aware of. But yeah. So there is a downside to this campsite, and that is that there is no internet. Well, there's kind of an internet, but it's a very poor signal. It's a poor signal on my phone, and also the booster is struggling to get a decent signal also. The internet signal that I've got here is great for a little bit of admin, but that's about it. So what I've decided to do for this evening is I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to crack out the iPad, and I'm going to read a book whilst Winston continues his snoozes. I think he's waiting for me to finish so he can go to sleep. But yeah, I think that is going to be a nice use of the evening, and I'm just going to give myself an evening off. Are you trying to get comfy, Winston? No. Get a little sausage. Little sausage. I do enjoy reading, but recently I've been struggling to do it regularly, so I was very glad of this extra time. So I've just got back in from taking Winston to the toilet. We're about to go to bed. Yes, I know, we're about to go to bed. And Operation Lockdown is complete. So I've closed the side vents. The side vents still have a little gap in them even when they're closed. So I've blocked that gap with tissue paper. I've also closed the pop top and zipped up all the vents on that. The windows, I have made sure they're locked, the fly screens are on and they're pulled up completely, and the door is obviously shut. Now the door is the worst one because although it's shut, it's not a great seal, and even in the winter I can feel a draft coming through them. So I've tried to hang some stuff in front of the door. I put a towel at the bottom just to try and block it off a little bit more. I'm not quite sure what else I can do with it. I have sprayed some fly repellent around it to try and deter them from coming in, but I'm not quite sure how useful that would be. I am still finding some inside. I don't know how they're getting in. My only thought is that maybe they're coming in, you know, obviously Winston and I had to go out to the toilet and then come back in again. That's my only guess in how they're getting in, but there is still some in here that I keep having to catch and kill. The only problem with all these vents being closed is that there's no air. It's very stuffy in here, and even in the winter, even at like -5 temperatures at night, I would still have some of the vents open or some of the air vents in the pop top just to allow air to circulate, but there's nothing. So what I've done is I've put a fan. Well, I've put the fan up. Hopefully the fan not only helps keep the air moving, but again makes it difficult for the midges, I'm hoping. Although I'm not sure if I'm winning this battle at the moment. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to have a sleep in the morning and I won't wake up at stupid o'clock due to being eaten alive. But We shall see. Anyway, we're off to bed and we will let you know how Operation Lockdown went in the morning. Good morning! So Operation Lockdown was a success and we managed to get a good night's sleep. We slept in till about 8 o'clock this morning. Now it has been drizzling like this all night, but there's still midges about, and if you stand still for too long you do get swarmed by them. And because I put my caravan right in next to the trees, it's kind of given some shelter for the midges, so they're all gathering around there. My dog's just having a poo. Let me just get that and I'll get back to you. Now, while picking up Winston's poop, I noticed a lot of rocks, but not just any rocks. Okay, so I've got Winston's poo and I've been distracted by all these lovely painted stones, so I forgot where I was. I think I remember saying that the midges were hovering outside the caravan because of the trees of where I parked. Now when I got up this morning there wasn't really any in the caravan, but the towel that I hung up at the door, there was quite a few behind that, so the towel did stop the midges from entering. So I'm put that towel to one side, I shook it out, and I'm going to use it again tonight. So I do have one more sleep, and then tomorrow I can pick up my electric bug zapper. Now I don't know how effective it is going to be, but I do have high hopes for it, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to make this whole situation much more comfortable. I just want to be able to let some air into the caravan. It's really stuffy in there and it's getting quite warm and almost a little bit humid, so it's a good thing I've got those moisture traps in. I've got a couple of boxes and bags hung up around the caravan that take moisture out the air, but I'm hoping that when I get back from this walk not as many midges will be about, and I just want to open all the doors and windows and just let some air in because yeah, it's very stuffy. Now we're just doing a gentle walk today because Winston did a lot of running yesterday with the bike. We're just walking a trail from the campsite to Glentrool village. Now I didn't know this when I left, but this is the kindness trail, and that explains all the little stones that have been beautifully hand painted with lovely little messages on them, and it does kind of bring a uniqueness and a positive vibe to the trail. I mean, it's a drizzly day, but they are making me smile. And they're everywhere. I've just found loads of little huts. I don't know if you can see them. They're just everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a little stone or a little object or a little painting, and it's beautiful. Now once we get to Glentrool village, we're not quite sure what we're going to do, where we're going to walk to, what we're going to see. We are just literally wandering about today, so come on the wander with us. We then had a short stroll through Glentrool village before picking up the trails once again. So I think I could live here. It's so quiet. I don't think I've ever heard so many birds before. I mean, that might be down to all the midges and the ecosystem, but yeah, it's lovely at the moment walking through the forest, just listening to the gentle rain and the birds. And the village was super peaceful. It was so quiet, and the roads around here are quiet. There's the main road going straight down, the I don't know what it's called, A742, I think I've just made that up, that might not be it. But there is a main road coming down, but you only get a car every now and again. It's the same road that goes behind the campsite, so that goes behind my pitch. And yeah, you only get the odd car every now and again. And there's walks for miles. There's so many trails, because you're right next to Galloway Forest, and you've also got the I keep saying Glentrool, but I think it's Glentrool Country Park with all its trails and its mountain bike trails as well. So yeah, could live here. Probably one of those areas though where houses never come up for sale, and when they do come up for sale they probably get sold to local people within families and within the village, and rightly so as well. But yeah, I think I would like to live here. Go on then, get the ball. Get the ball, come on. My pants are wet. Probably should have worn my waterproof trousers. I did think about it, but it's quite warm, and it's nothing worse than having your legs wrapped in plastic on a warm day. So I opted not to, but now I've got wet pants. So today's treat is a rabbit skin. This is rabbit skin without the fur. You can also get it with the fur on. There we go. Rabbit skin? Look at that.
Show me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. Show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got.
Like this.